Open the hood of almost any car that is 3 years old or more and look at the battery terminals. There is a good chance you will see white or blue-gray powder building up around the connection points. Most people wipe it off and forget about it. That is the mistake. That powder is the visible sign of a chemical process that is happening inside the battery right now, slowly, reducing how much charge it can hold with every single charge cycle. A $2 mixture stops that process and cleans up the damage that has already built up. I'm going to show you exactly what is happening inside that battery, exactly how to make the mixture, and exactly how to apply it in about 10 minutes with items already sitting in the kitchen. Here is what is actually happening inside a car battery as it ages. A standard lead-acid car battery works by running a chemical reaction between lead plates and a sulfuric acid electrolyte solution. When the battery discharges, when it powers the starter motor, the lights, or any other electrical load, lead sulfate crystals form on the surface of the lead plates inside the battery cells. When the battery charges back up, most of those crystals dissolve back into the electrolyte and the process reverses. That cycle is how a healthy battery works and why it can deliver thousands of charge cycles over its service life. The problem develops when the battery is regularly discharged deeply or left partially discharged for extended periods. In those conditions, some lead sulfate crystals do not fully dissolve during charging. They harden on the plate surface permanently. This is sulfation, the single most common cause of premature battery failure. As it builds up, the plates hold less charge and cold cranking amps drop steadily. At 30% sulfation, the battery is noticeably weaker. At 50%, it struggles to start a cold engine reliably. The $2 fix addresses terminal corrosion, the visible white and blue powder on the battery posts that adds electrical resistance at the connection point and compounds the internal sulfation problem. Baking soda dissolved in water neutralizes those sulfate deposits on contact. The fizzing reaction, when it hits, the corrosion physically lifts the deposit off the metal while neutralizing it chemically. After rinsing, the terminal is clean bare metal with no resistive layer between the clamp and the post, full electrical contact restored, and the acidic environment driving new corrosion formation neutralized at the same time. Dielectric grease applied after cleaning creates a moisture and oxygen barrier over the clean terminal that slows new corrosion from forming. A terminal that is cleaned and greased takes significantly longer to redevelop buildup than one left bare after cleaning. Done twice a year, this keeps the connection at full efficiency and the charge cycle running close to ideal conditions, which is the external fix that keeps the internal battery chemistry working correctly for longer. Terminal corrosion is visible the moment the hood opens, but most people only open the hood when something is already wrong. A battery losing efficiency slowly does not trigger a warning light. It just starts a little slower on cold mornings, until one morning the temperature drops far enough to expose exactly how weak it has become. The standard response is to buy a new battery, $120 to $200 plus installation. The corrosion gets wiped off during the swap, the new battery goes in, and the same process starts over immediately on the fresh terminals. The baking soda terminal cleaning method has been in every basic car care guide for decades. It just requires opening the hood before something goes wrong, which is the one step most people never take until the battery is already failing, and the fix is no longer about extending life. It is about getting the car started. Automotive engineering literature identifies terminal corrosion as a significant contributor to reduced battery performance. Even modest resistance at the connection point reduces charging efficiency and increases starting draw, which compounds internal sulfation over time. Automotive maintenance guides recommend baking soda terminal cleaning as standard preventative practice, citing it as one of the most cost-effective steps for extending lead-acid battery service life. DIY communities report batteries lasting 5 to 7 years, with twice. Yearly maintenance compared to 3 to 4 years. In vehicles where terminals are never cleaned. Here is exactly what you need and exactly what to do. Plan for about 10 minutes with the engine off and cool. What you need. Baking soda from the kitchen. 1 tablespoon is enough for 1 full cleaning. Water from the tap. An old toothbrush or a small wire brush. A clean cloth or paper towels. Dielectric grease. A small tube available at any auto parts store for about $2, sometimes labeled as battery terminal protector or electrical grease. Disposable gloves. Safety glasses. That is everything needed for a complete terminal service. Step 1. Park the car and let the engine cool. Do not work on a battery immediately after driving. Let the engine sit for at least 15 minutes so the battery and surrounding components are cool to the touch. Work in a well-ventilated area, outdoors, or in an open garage. Step 2. Open the hood and locate the battery. The battery is a rectangular black or dark gray plastic case, typically located in one corner of the engine bay. It has 2 terminals, posts or bolts, with cable clamps attached to them. One terminal is marked with a plus sign or the letters POS and connects to a red cable. The other is marked with a minus sign or NEG and connects to a black cable. Step 3. Inspect the terminals. Look at both terminal posts and cable clamps. White, blue-gray, or greenish powder is corrosion. Heavy buildup spread along the cable insulation means it has been developing for a long time. Light buildup means you are catching it early. Both benefit from the same process. Step 4. Disconnect the negative cable. First, use a wrench to loosen the bolt on the negative cable clamp, the black cable marked with a minus sign. Slide the clamp off the terminal post and move it away so it cannot accidentally contact the terminal while you work. Always disconnect negative before positive to avoid creating a short circuit through the chassis. Step 5. Disconnect the positive cable. Loosen the positive cable clamp bolt and slide it off the positive terminal. Set it aside away from any metal surfaces in the engine bay. Step 6. Mix the cleaning solution. Combine 1 tablespoon of baking soda with 1 cup of warm water in a small container and stir until dissolved. The mixture should be slightly cloudy. This is your cleaning solution. Step 7. Apply the solution. Pour the baking soda solution onto each terminal post and inside each cable clamp. You will see immediate fizzing where it contacts the corrosion. That is the baking soda neutralizing the sulfate deposits. Let it fizz for 30 seconds before scrubbing. Step 8. Scrub with the toothbrush. Scrub the terminal posts and inside of the cable clamps while the solution is active. Work the bristles around the full post and into any recessed areas. The goal is bare, shiny metal on both the post and the clamp contact surface before rinsing. Step 9. Rinse and dry thoroughly. Pour clean water over both terminals and clamps to rinse away the solution and dissolved residue. Wipe dry with a clean cloth. No moisture should remain on any metal surface before reconnecting the cables. Step 10. Apply dielectric grease and reconnect. Apply a thin layer of dielectric grease to the clean terminal posts and inside contact surfaces of the cable clamps. Reconnect positive first, then negative, and tighten each clamp bolt until snug. Then try to move each clamp by hand. There should be 0 movement. A clamp that rocks even slightly is a high-resistance connection that begins degrading performance immediately. Tighten further if any movement is detected. Step 11. Repeat every 6 months. Spring and fall are the natural times since temperature changes in both seasons stress battery performance most. 10 minutes twice a year keeps terminals at full efficiency and gives you a regular look at the battery before a cold morning makes the problem obvious. That corrosion has been building on the terminals since the last time anyone looked at them, which, for most cars, is never. It is visible the moment the hood opens, but it does not cause an obvious problem until the battery is already close to failure. 10 minutes and $2 of materials put that connection back to full efficiency and slow the return of the corrosion that was driving the degradation. Do it this week. Do it again in 6 months, and the battery in that car will last years longer than it would have otherwise. Now, you know exactly what to look for and exactly what to do about it.